The phone screen lights up in the middle of the night, and everything Rasheeda Frost thought she knew about her marriage explodes in her face. KIRK Frost, the man she stood by through cheating scandals, baby mama drama, and public humiliations, has been busted again. But this time, it's not just rumors. This time, Jasmine Bleu has come forward with receipts, voice notes, hotel videos, and a confession that's about to tear the Frost family apart. In a tearful, no-holds-barred interview, Jasmine Bleu drops the bomb. "I didn't want to do this, but KIRK left me no choice. He told me Rasheeda didn't satisfy him anymore. He said I was the only one who truly understood him." Her words hit like a slap. Multiple secret meetups, promises of a future, even talks of KIRK leaving Rasheeda for good this time. Jasmine claims it wasn't just physical, it was emotional. Deep. Years in the making. Rasheeda, who was celebrating another business milestone just days ago, is reportedly shattered. Sources close to her say she's been crying for hours, screaming at the top of her lungs, "How many times, KIRK? How many times do I have to forgive you?" The woman who built an empire beside him, defended him on national television, and raised their children through every storm is now facing the ultimate betrayal. And the worst part, KIRK has gone completely silent. No denial. No apology video. Just radio silence while the internet burns. Fans are already picking sides, with some calling Jasmine a homewrecker and others saying Rasheeda deserves better than this repeated cycle of pain. But what Jasmine revealed next, that's what's really going to leave you speechless. Because this isn't just another side chick story. This one goes way deeper, and the secrets she's holding could destroy the Frost legacy, forever. The phone keeps blowing up as Jasmine Bleu sits in front of the camera, her eyes filled with tears, and her voice shaking with every word she says. "KIRK Frost promised me the world. He told me Rasheeda was holding him back emotionally and that I was his real soulmate, the kind of connection he never had." Before fans are already losing their minds because this is not just another fling. This is years of secret meetings, hotel rooms in Atlanta, late-night texts, and even plans for a future together that would leave Rasheeda in the dust. Rasheeda Frost, who has been the rock of this family through every single scandal, is now sitting in her mansion, surrounded by broken glass after she smashed a vase in pure rage. "How many times, KIRK, how many damn times do I have to go through this pain?" she screamed at him over the phone. According to sources close to the family, KIRK tried to deny it at first, but when Jasmine dropped the voice notes, everything changed. In those recordings you can hear KIRK saying, "Baby, I love you more than you know. Rasheeda doesn't understand me like you do. She's all about business and image. But you make me feel alive." The family is completely divided right now. KIRK and Rasheeda's kids are caught in the middle, with one of them texting friends saying Dad messed up bad this time. And Mom is done crying for hours. Rasheeda called her closest friends in the middle of the night, pouring her heart out about how she sacrificed her own dreams to build this empire with KIRK only for him to stab her in the back again. Emotions ran high as Rasheeda confronted KIRK in their living room. The argument got so loud neighbors could hear every word. "You promised after the last time, KIRK, you swore on our children that you were done with these side pieces. And now this Jasmine Bleu comes out with proof that you've been seeing her for over 2 years. KIRK stood there looking guilty as hell, trying to explain himself. "Rasheeda, baby, it wasn't like that. She's exaggerating." But his words fell flat because the receipts were too strong. Hotel bills matching dates when he told Rasheeda he was on business trips, private dinners where Jasmine says he cried about feeling trapped in his marriage. Fans are shocked across social media, with hashtags like Justice for Rasheeda and KIRK Frost exposed trending worldwide. Some are defending KIRK, saying these men in the spotlight get tempted, but most are siding with Rasheeda, calling her a queen who deserves better than this. Repeated betrayal. The drama escalated when Jasmine revealed even more details in her interview. She talked about how KIRK would sneak away during family vacations just to call her and tell her how much he missed her body and her mind. It wasn't just physical, she said it was deep. He shared his fears about the business failing and how Rasheeda pressured him too much. Rasheeda, on the other hand, is fighting back hard. She posted a cryptic message on her socials, saying betrayal cuts deeper when it comes from the person you built everything with. And sources say she has already contacted lawyers to protect her assets because she refuses to let this destroy what she worked so hard for. Friends of the couple are leaking more stories about past fights where Rasheeda forgave KIRK multiple times after he fathered children outside the marriage. But this time feels different. This time there is real rage and talk of walking away forever. KIRK has gone into hiding at a friend's house, avoiding calls from the media and even his own family members. One close friend revealed that KIRK broke down saying, "I never meant for it to get this far. I love Rasheeda, but Jasmine made me feel young again." That confession only added fuel to the fire as Rasheeda KIRK heard about it and exploded again, feeling young. "KIRK, you are a grown man with responsibilities. How dare you use that excuse?" The children are asking questions now, wanting to know why mommy is so sad and why daddy isn't coming home. Tensions are boiling over as Rasheeda's sister stepped in, telling Kirk to stay away until he gets his act together. "You have hurt my sister for the last time," she warned him over text. The entire entertainment world is watching this unfold, because the Frost family brand is at stake with their businesses and reality TV deals hanging in the balance. Insiders say producers are scrambling to figure out if they can even film the next season with this much chaos. Jasmine Bleu is not backing down either. She says she has more evidence, including videos that she might release if Kirk tries to paint her as the villain. "I was not the only one," she claims. "There were others. But I was the one who truly cared for him." This revelation sent shockwaves through their circle of friends, with some accusing Jasmine of being a calculated homewrecker, while others feel sorry for her, thinking Kirk manipulated her emotions too. The family was left divided, with some relatives supporting Rasheeda and urging her to leave, while others are begging for counseling to save the marriage for the kids' sake. Rasheeda is at a crossroads right now, torn between the love she still has for Kirk and the self-respect she needs to protect after years of public embarrassment. She told a confidant, "I built this man up from nothing, and this is how he repays me." The pain in her voice was unmistakable as she spoke those words. Meanwhile, Kirk finally broke his silence with a short message to Rasheeda, saying, "I'm sorry, please let's talk privately." But she replied with a single word, "No." The drama is far from over, because more secrets are about to spill out that could change everything for the Frost family and leave fans questioning who they can really trust in this reality TV world full of lies and hidden affairs. The stakes are higher than ever as Rasheeda decides her next move, and Jasmine prepares to reveal even darker truths that have been buried for too long. Hearts are breaking, screens are lighting up, and the entire internet cannot stop talking about this explosive scandal that is shaking the foundation of one of the most watched couples in entertainment today. The betrayal runs deep, the emotions are raw, and the twists just keep coming as everyone waits to see if this marriage can survive the ultimate test, or if it will finally crumble under the weight of years of deception and broken promises. The betrayal runs deep, the emotions are raw, and the twists just keep coming as everyone waits to see if this marriage can survive the ultimate test, or if it will finally crumble under the weight of years of deception and broken promises. But just when fans thought the worst was out in the open, Jasmine Bleu dropped another bombshell during a follow-up livestream that sent the internet into absolute meltdown. She pulled out her phone and played a voice note where Kirk Frost was heard whispering sweet nothings about wanting to start a new life away from the spotlight and the pressure of being Rasheeda Frost's husband. "You don't know how long I've waited for someone like you, Jasmine," he said in that recording, his voice full of emotion. "I feel like a prisoner in my own home, with her always on my back about the business and the image we have to keep up for the cameras." This hit Rasheeda like a ton of bricks as she watched the live from her living room, surrounded by tissues and half-empty wine glasses. Sources say she threw her phone across the room, screaming, "This is the man I defended for years, while he was out here planning to abandon me and our kids." The family drama exploded even further when Rasheeda's mother stepped into the picture, flying in from out of town to confront Kirk at his hiding spot. "You have disrespected my daughter for the last time," she reportedly yelled at him, pointing her finger in his face, while Kirk sat there with his head down, unable to look her in the eyes. "Mom, I never meant to hurt her like this," he mumbled, but the damage was already done, and word spread fast through their circle of friends, who began picking sides left and right. Some close allies of Kirk were defending him, saying Rasheeda put too much pressure on him to be perfect, while others rallied around Rasheeda, calling her a survivor who deserves a real man, not this serial cheater. The children were caught in the crossfire, with one of their sons posting a vague story on social media about family being everything, only to delete it hours later after Rasheeda begged him to stay out of it publicly. But behind closed doors, the arguments continued as the kids asked tough questions like, "Why does Dad keep doing this to us?" Mom and Rasheeda had no answers left except tears and promises that she would protect them no matter what. Emotions ran high when Kirk finally tried to show up at the family home unannounced, hoping for a private talk, but Rasheeda met him at the door with security guards she had called in. "Advance, Kirk, you don't get to just walk back in here after what you did," she said coldly, her voice trembling with hurt and anger. "I stood by you through every scandal, every outside baby, and every lie. But this time with Jasmine Bleu, you crossed a line that cannot be uncrossed." Kirk pleaded with her. "Rasheeda, baby, please. I was weak and lost, but I love you and our family more than anything. Let's go to counseling and fix this for the kids." But Rasheeda shook her head and slammed the door, shouting, "There is no fixing this until you admit the full truth. And even then, I don't know if I can ever trust you." Again, fans were shocked by the raw footage that leaked from a neighbor capturing the confrontation, and the hashtags exploded even more, with "Justice for Rasheeda" trending at #1 worldwide. as supporters flooded her comments with messages of strength and empowerment, yet not everyone was on her side. Some fans accused Rasheeda of staying for the money and fame all these years, claiming she enabled the behavior by taking KIRK back so many times before. This divide split the fanbase into heated debates on every social platform imaginable. Meanwhile, Jasmine Bleu was gaining her own attention, with interview requests pouring in from major outlets, and she sat down for another tell-all where she revealed even darker secrets about how KIRK had introduced her to some of his business partners as his future wife. During secret trips, you have no idea how many times he told me Rasheeda was just a placeholder. She claimed, wiping tears from her eyes. He said our connection was on another level spiritually and physically. That I completed him in ways she never could. This new revelation left the Frost family completely divided, with Rasheeda's sister posting a strong-worded message on her page, warning Jasmine to stay away from married men or face consequences, while KIRK Frost's brother tried to play peacemaker by calling both women, urging them to calm down for the sake of the brand and the children. But the tensions only grew as business partners started pulling out of deals, worried about the negative publicity surrounding the Frost empire. Sources close to the couple revealed that their joint ventures were losing millions overnight because of the scandal, with sponsors demanding statements and clarity on whether the marriage was salvageable. Rasheeda held an emergency meeting with her lawyers, drafting documents to separate assets and protect her personal brand because she refused to let KIRK drag her down any further. I built this from the ground up with blood, sweat, and tears, she told her team in a tearful speech, and I will not let his selfishness destroy everything we worked for. The pain in her eyes was visible to everyone around her as she fought to hold it together for the public. But behind the scenes, she was breaking down daily, questioning every memory of their relationship, every vacation, every romantic gesture now tainted by the lies. KIRK, on the other hand, was spiraling as friends described him drinking heavily and regretting his actions out loud to anyone who would listen. I messed up bad, he reportedly confessed one night. I thought Jasmine was just fun, but she got too attached, and now it's all blowing up in my face. But instead of taking full responsibility, he tried shifting some blame, saying Rasheeda had become too focused on work and less on their intimacy, which only fueled more outrage. When those words leaked to the press, fans called him out for being a classic narcissist who couldn't own his mistakes. The drama reached new heights when an unexpected twist emerged, involving one of their mutual friends who came forward claiming she had warned Rasheeda about KIRK and Jasmine months ago. But Rasheeda chose not to believe it because she trusted her husband too much. I told her he was sneaking around, she said in her own interview, but love makes you blind. And now look at the mess. This revelation hit Rasheeda hard, making her feel even more isolated as she realized how many people knew about the affair before she did. The family was left divided more than ever, with heated arguments during a group call where relatives demanded KIRK seek professional help and Rasheeda consider leaving for good. You deserve peace, one aunt told her over the phone, not this constant cycle of heartbreak and public humiliation. KIRK tried reaching out again with flowers and a long handwritten letter apologizing for everything and promising to cut all contact with Jasmine, but Rasheeda sent it back unopened, along with a message saying, actions speak louder than words, and your actions have shown me who you really are. The public watched in suspense as paparazzi caught Rasheeda leaving a therapy session looking exhausted but determined, while KIRK was spotted at a bar looking disheveled and alone. Emotions continued to run high as Jasmine Bleu posted cryptic messages hinting at more evidence she held, including alleged financial transactions where KIRK had spent thousands on her behind Rasheeda's back. This pushed Rasheeda to her breaking point as she confronted him one last time over video. Call KIRK if you ever cared about me at all. You will tell the truth right now. No more lies, no more excuses. And for the first time, KIRK broke down crying on camera, admitting parts of the affair, but still downplaying the depth. I was stupid and selfish, he sobbed. But I want to make it right, Rasheeda. Please give me one more chance. The call ended with Rasheeda hanging up in tears, leaving everyone wondering if this was the end or just another chapter in their turbulent love story. Friends of the family leaked that counseling sessions were being discussed, but Rasheeda was hesitant, fearing it was too late to repair the trust after years of repeated betrayals. Meanwhile, the business empire they built together faced lawsuits and boycotts from fans disappointed in KIRK Frost's behavior. Insiders revealed emergency meetings where executives debated rebranding away from the couple to save the remaining deals. The children reached out to their father in private, begging him to fix things because they missed the old family dynamic. But the scars ran too deep for quick fixes, as Rasheeda focused on self-care and surrounding herself with positive influences who reminded her of her worth. You are stronger than this storm, they told her, and you don't need a man who keeps breaking your heart to define your success. The twists kept unfolding when Jasmine Bleu admitted in another interview that she had fallen genuinely in love with KIRK and believed his promises of leaving Rasheeda. I thought we had a future, she said emotionally, But now I see how he manipulates words to get what he wants. This confession turned some sympathy toward Jasmine, while others still labeled her the ultimate homewrecker, causing even more chaos in the comment sections across platforms. The entire entertainment industry was buzzing with opinions from other reality stars who shared their own similar experiences, warning Rasheeda to prioritize herself and the kids over salvaging a toxic situation. One famous friend texted her privately, saying, "Sis, you've given enough, it's time to choose you." And Rasheeda reportedly replied with a simple thank you. As she contemplated her next steps, the family remained divided, with some pushing for reconciliation and others supporting a clean break to avoid more public pain. KIRK finally issued a vague statement through his team, expressing regret for the hurt caused and committing to personal growth, but many saw it as damage control rather than genuine remorse. Fans demanded a full apology video and transparency about all the affairs, which only added to the suspense of what would happen next, as more details emerged about how KIRK had been funding secret trips and gifts for Jasmine, while telling Rasheeda the money was for business investments. The financial betrayal cut almost as deep as the emotional one, leaving Rasheeda questioning every purchase and every late night he claimed to be working. The drama showed no signs of slowing down, with daily leaks and reactions keeping the story alive in headlines worldwide. Rasheeda began channeling her pain into new projects, hinting at a solo venture that would showcase her strength independent of KIRK, which excited her supporters, but worried their joint investors about the future of the Frost brand. Tensions boiled over again during a surprise encounter at a charity event, where KIRK and Rasheeda crossed paths for the first time since the scandal erupted. The air was thick with awkwardness as he approached her. "Rasheeda, can we talk privately?" he asked softly, but she replied firmly, "Not here, not now. You've said enough already." The moment was captured by cameras and went viral, instantly sparking fresh debates on whether reconciliation was possible or if the marriage was doomed. The children watched from home, heartbroken by the ongoing conflict, but hopeful that their parents could find a way through the mess for their sake. Yet the revelations from Jasmine kept coming as she shared text messages where KIRK complained about feeling emasculated by Rasheeda's success. "You are the real boss, baby," he wrote to Jasmine, "and I need a woman who lets me lead." This admission stunned fans who had always seen Rasheeda as the supportive wife, now realizing the deep insecurities KIRK harbored that led to his wandering eye. The family was left reeling once more as Rasheeda processed this new layer of betrayal, feeling like her achievements had somehow contributed to his infidelity, which only made her angrier and more determined to rise above it all. Close friends described her as a woman on fire, ready to rebuild her life on her own terms, while KIRK continued seeking solace in old buddies who enabled his behavior instead of holding him accountable. The saga continued, with unexpected alliances forming as some former associates of KIRK reached out to Rasheeda, offering inside information on other potential affairs that could surface, adding another layer of dread to the already chaotic situation. Emotions ran higher than ever as the Frost family faced the possibility of a very public divorce battle that would expose even more secrets to the world. The stakes were enormous, with businesses, reputations, and young hearts all hanging in the balance. And through it all, fans remained glued to every update, speculating wildly about what the next twist would bring in this sensational reality TV-style drama that had everyone talking. The saga continued, with unexpected alliances forming as some former associates of KIRK reached out to Rasheeda, offering inside information on other potential affairs that could surface, adding another layer of dread to the already chaotic situation. Emotions ran higher than ever as the Frost family faced the possibility of a very public divorce battle that would expose even more secrets to the world. The stakes were enormous, with businesses, reputations, and young hearts all hanging in the balance. And through it all, fans remained glued to every update, speculating wildly about what the next twist would bring in this sensational reality TV-style drama that had everyone talking. But the real bombshell came when Jasmine Bleu went on another explosive podcast episode, revealing that KIRK Frost had secretly fathered a child with another woman during the same period he was seeing her. "You have to understand, I found out by accident," she said, her voice cracking on the recording. "He swore it was a mistake from years ago, but the timing matched perfectly with our secret trips." Rasheeda, who was trying to focus on her solo business launch, nearly collapsed when the news hit her phone. She locked herself in her bedroom for hours, sobbing uncontrollably. "How could he do this to us again?" she whispered to her best friend over the phone. "I thought the outside babies were in the past, but this changes everything." The family was thrown into complete turmoil as Rasheeda's mother demanded an emergency meeting at the family home, where KIRK was forced to attend or risk losing all contact with the kids. "You need to come clean right now," she told him sternly across the dining table, while Rasheeda sat silently with tears streaming down her face. KIRK shifted uncomfortably in his seat. "Rasheeda, I swear I didn't know how to tell you. It was before I got serious with Jasmine, but I handled it quietly to protect our image." That excuse only ignited more fury as Rasheeda stood up, slamming her hands on the table. "Protect our image, Kirk, or protect your lies," she yelled, her voice echoing through the house. "I have given you chance after chance and you keep destroying our family with these secrets." The children overheard the argument from upstairs, and one of them ran down crying, "Dad, why do you keep hurting Mom like this? We just want things to be normal again." Kirk tried to hug the child, but Rasheeda stepped in between them. "No more fake apologies in front of them," she said coldly. "You need to leave and figure out your mess before you come near any of us." Fans were absolutely shocked when clips of the confrontation leaked online, with comments flooding in calling Kirk Frost the ultimate deadbeat and praising Rasheeda for finally standing her ground. Some supporters started a GoFundMe for Rasheeda to help her through the divorce process, while others boycotted all Frost-branded products in solidarity. The business empire began crumbling faster than anyone expected as major sponsors pulled out, citing moral clauses, and joint ventures froze their accounts until the personal drama settled. Rasheeda called an emergency board meeting where she announced her intention to take full control of her shares. "I refuse to let his mistakes sink what I built with my own hands," she declared to the executives, her eyes fierce with determination. Meanwhile, Kirk was spotted looking defeated at a local gym, trying to avoid paparazzi, but when confronted by reporters, he muttered, "I love my family and am working on myself," but the damage was already too deep for simple words to fix. Jasmine Bleu kept the fire burning by releasing old text messages where Kirk complained about feeling overshadowed by Rasheeda's success. "You shine too bright, baby," he had written to her, "and it makes me feel small sometimes. I need someone who looks up to me, not competes with me." This admission hurt Rasheeda on a whole new level as she read the leaks in her car. After a long day, she pulled over to the side of the road and cried out loud, "Why wasn't I enough for you, Kirk? Why did my strength threaten you so much?" Her closest circle rallied around her, with one friend organizing a girls' night to remind her of her power. "You are the queen." Here they toasted, not some side piece he used to boost his ego. The family remained bitterly divided, with Kirk Frost's side of the relatives pushing for mediation and couples therapy, while Rasheeda's family urged her to file for divorce immediately and protect the kids from more instability. "You deserve a peaceful life," her sister told her during a heartfelt conversation, "not this endless cycle of public humiliation and private pain." Tensions escalated again when Kirk showed up at Rasheeda's business event uninvited, hoping to win her back publicly, but security escorted him out. After he caused a scene, "Rasheeda, please, just hear me out," he pleaded as they dragged him away. "I was lost and confused, but I see now that you are my everything." This public display only embarrassed both of them further, and fans debated endlessly whether it was a genuine attempt at reconciliation or another desperate pre-stunt for sympathy. The children became more vocal in private, begging their parents to stop fighting for their sake. "Mom, Dad, we love you both, but this is tearing us apart," one of them said. During a supervised family call, Rasheeda softened at those words, but held firm on her boundaries. "I love you too, baby, but I have to protect my heart now," she replied. With a heavy sigh, Kirk, on the other hand, spiraled deeper into regret, as friends described him staying up late writing apology letters and even considering therapy seriously for the first time. "I can't lose them," he confessed to a buddy one night. "They are my world, but I keep messing it up with my selfish choices." More twists emerged when a former employee came forward, claiming Kirk had used company funds for his affairs, including lavish gifts for Jasmine and the other woman. This financial bombshell prompted Rasheeda to launch a full audit of their books. "I trusted him with everything," she told her lawyers. "Now I see it was all a facade." The audit revealed discrepancies that could lead to legal consequences, adding another layer of stress to the already overwhelming drama. Emotions ran extremely high during a surprise mediation session, where Kirk and Rasheeda sat across from each other for the first time in weeks. Kirk broke down in tears. "Rasheeda, I know I don't deserve you, but please let's try one last time for the family." She looked at him with a mix of love and exhaustion. "Kirk, we have tried too many times, and each time you break me more. I need time to heal and figure out who I am without carrying your mistakes." The mediator suggested separate living arrangements while they worked through custody and asset division, but the public pressure kept mounting as tabloids speculated daily about possible divorce settlements in the millions. Fans continued to pick sides, with some creating support pages for Kirk, claiming he was a flawed man trying to change, while most stood firmly with Rasheeda, calling her an inspiration for Black women everywhere who refused to settle for less. The entertainment world watched closely as other reality stars reached out offering advice. One prominent told Rasheeda in a private message, "Sis, walk away with your head high. You've carried that man long enough now. It's your time to glow up." This encouragement pushed Rasheeda to announce her new solo project, a lifestyle brand focused on empowerment and self-worth, which gained massive traction overnight, proving she could thrive independently. Jasmine Bleu faced her own backlash as critics accused her of seeking fame through the scandal, but she defended herself in interviews, saying, "I was in love and believed his lies just like Rasheeda did for years. I regret the pain caused, but I won't be silenced. The entire situation left the Frost family in a state of suspended animation with holidays approaching, and everyone wondering if they would celebrate together or apart. KIRK made one final grand gesture by sending Rasheeda a video message. Pouring out his heart, baby, I have replayed every moment in my head, and I see now how much I took you for granted. Please give me the chance to be the husband you deserve. But Rasheeda watched it once, then deleted it, telling her team, no more, I have to move forward. For me and the kids, the drama showed no signs of ending soon as news sources hinted at even older secrets from the early days of their marriage that could resurface and change the narrative completely. Fans stayed hooked, refreshing their feeds constantly for updates on this roller coaster of betrayal, love, lies, and potential redemption. The business deals continued to suffer, with some partners demanding KIRK step down from public roles to salvage remaining contracts, while Rasheeda emerged as the stronger brand on her own. The children started therapy to process the family breakdown and found some comfort in expressing their feelings openly. Dad, we miss the old you, but Mom needs us to be strong, one of them told KIRK during a visit, which left him reflecting deeply on his choices. The twists kept piling up when Jasmine revealed she had kept journals detailing every encounter with KIRK, including promises of marriage and financial support that never materialized. This documentation could play a key role if legal battles intensified. Rasheeda processed this new information with a mix of sadness and resolve. I gave him my youth, my loyalty, and my trust, and he squandered it all, she shared with a close confidant during a late-night talk. The family division grew wider as some relatives stopped speaking to KIRK entirely, while others tried to bridge the gap, but the wounds were too fresh for quick healing. Emotions continued to fluctuate wildly, with Rasheeda having good days where she felt empowered and bad days where the memories overwhelmed her. KIRK, meanwhile, sought solace in faith and self-help books, hoping to become a better man. But the public remained skeptical, demanding real actions over words. The sensational story dominated conversations across social media, podcasts, and news outlets. Experts weighing in on the psychology of repeated infidelity and the impact on blended families like theirs. The pressure on both parties was immense, as the world waited to see if this would end in a fiery divorce or a miraculous reconciliation that could rewrite their reality TV legacy. Insiders close to the production team hinted that cameras were rolling on the sidelines, capturing raw moments for a potential explosive new season. But Rasheeda was hesitant to expose more pain for entertainment value. I want privacy for my healing, she said in a statement that only heightened the curiosity. The stakes rose even higher when a major investor threatened to pull out unless the couple presented a united front, which forced an awkward joint meeting where old sparks flew alongside the tension. You still make my heart race, KIRK admitted quietly during a break. But Rasheeda replied, I need more than that now. I need consistency and respect. The meeting ended without resolution, leaving everyone involved exhausted. Yet the drama persisted, with daily developments that kept fans on the edge of their seats, speculating about custody battles, brand splits, and whether true love could conquer such deep betrayals. In the end, the Frost family story became a cautionary tale mixed with hope for those watching from afar, reminding everyone that behind the glitz of reality fame there are real hearts breaking and real lessons to be learned as the next chapter unfolded, with more revelations sure to come, and the world holding its breath for what Rasheeda would decide in this ultimate test of strength and forgiveness. The stakes rose even higher when a major investor threatened to pull out unless the couple presented a united front, which forced an awkward joint meeting where old sparks flew alongside the tension. You still make my heart race, KIRK admitted quietly during a break, but Rasheeda replied, I need more than that now. I need consistency and respect. The meeting ended without resolution, leaving everyone involved exhausted. Yet the drama persisted, with daily developments that kept fans on the edge of their seats, speculating about custody battles, brand splits, and whether true love could conquer such deep betrayals. In the end, the Frost family story became a cautionary tale, mixed with hope for those watching from afar, reminding everyone that behind the glitz of reality fame, there are real hearts breaking and real lessons to be learned as the next chapter unfolded, with more revelations sure to come, and the world holding its breath for what Rasheeda would decide in this ultimate test of strength and forgiveness. But the twists refused to stop when a hidden bank account surfaced, showing KIRK Frost had been funneling money to Jasmine Bleu for months under the guise of business consulting fees. Rasheeda discovered the documents during her audit and confronted him in a parking lot outside their lawyer's office. You lied about everything, even the finances, she shouted, her voice breaking with betrayal, while KIRK stood there pale and speechless. Rasheeda, I was going to tell you, I just needed time to fix it, he pleaded. But she turned away, shaking her head. No more time, KIRK. No more chances. The family was thrown into fresh chaos as the children learned about the financial deception and questioned their father during a tense dinner visit. Dad, did you really steal from our future? One of them asked with tears in their eyes, leaving KIRK speechless and Rasheeda comforting them with hugs that felt heavier than ever. Fans erupted online with outrage, calling for full transparency, and some even starting petitions to have KIRK removed from any public family projects. Emotions ran incredibly high as Rasheeda's empowerment brand launch became a massive success, despite the scandal drawing thousands of supportive women who saw her as a beacon of resilience. "You inspire me to leave my own toxic situation," one fan wrote in a viral comment, which only boosted Rasheeda's confidence, while KIRK watched from afar feeling more isolated than ever. Jasmine Bleu added fuel by appearing on a popular morning show, revealing KIRK had promised to buy her a house and start a family. "I believed him, because he made it sound so real," she said, fighting back tears. And the interview spread like wildfire, causing Rasheeda to cancel her own appearances for the day to process the pain. Sources close to the couple said Rasheeda spent hours journaling her feelings and talking to therapists about rebuilding her self-worth. "After years of being the strong one I carried us both for so long," she confided in her sister, "and now I see he never appreciated it." The family division deepened when KIRK Frost's father called Rasheeda, begging her to reconsider for the grandkids' sake. But Rasheeda stood firm, telling him, "I love your son, but love should not hurt this much." The conversation left both sides emotional and exhausted. Yet the drama escalated further when an old video from years ago resurfaced, showing KIRK flirting openly with another woman at a party while Rasheeda was pregnant. This blast from the past made fans question how long the pattern had truly been going on, and Rasheeda broke down in a private livestream, apologizing to her supporters for staying silent so long. "I thought I could fix him," she said softly. "But some things cannot be fixed alone." KIRK tried to respond with a public apology video where he looked directly into the camera. "Rasheeda and our kids, I'm sorry for the man I became. I let ego and temptation ruin what we had. Please believe me when I say I'm changing." But many saw it as too little too late, especially when Jasmine Bleu countered with more receipts, including plane tickets for secret getaways. The business world reacted swiftly, with several contracts being terminated and Rasheeda stepping up as the sole face of their remaining ventures. "I will not let this empire fall because of one man's mistakes," she announced at a press conference, her head held high, which earned her massive applause from the audience and online supporters. The children began showing signs of stress, with one refusing to speak to KIRK for weeks until a heartfelt letter from him arrived, expressing genuine remorse for the first time. "Son, I know I failed you, but I want to earn back your trust," Dad wrote, and that small breakthrough gave the family a glimmer of hope amid the storm. Yet tensions boiled again during a custody discussion, where Rasheeda demanded primary custody with supervised visits. "For KIRK, you need to prove you can be stable," she told him, across the table, and KIRK agreed, reluctantly admitting his faults. "I was selfish and blind," he said, his voice cracking, "but I'm ready to fight for my family now." More unexpected alliances formed when some of Jasmine's friends came forward defending her story and claiming KIRK had manipulated multiple women in similar ways. This group revelation shocked everyone and led to a wave of women sharing their own experiences with KIRK in anonymous posts that painted a troubling picture of his behavior over the years. Rasheeda read them all in silence, feeling a mix of validation and deeper sadness. "I was not alone in this pain," she realized, which strengthened her resolve to move forward independently. Fans remained divided into passionate camps, with Team Rasheeda dominating the conversation and creating fan art merchandise celebrating her strength, while a smaller group called for forgiveness and family unity. The entertainment industry insiders leaked that reality producers were desperate to film the fallout for a blockbuster season. But Rasheeda declined, saying, "My healing is not for ratings." The pressure mounted as holiday season approached, with questions about whether the family would gather or stay apart. KIRK made another attempt by showing up at Rasheeda's door with gifts for the kids and a sincere plea: "Rasheeda, let's try co-parenting peacefully. At least for them." She allowed him inside for a short visit, but kept walls up emotionally. "You can see them, but my heart is not open yet," she warned, and the evening ended with awkward hugs and lingering glances that hinted at unresolved feelings. Emotions continued swinging wildly as Rasheeda attended a women's conference, where she spoke openly about betrayal and rebirth, receiving standing ovations that brought her to tears, while KIRK focused on personal development, attending workshops and meetings with mentors. "I want to be better, not just for them, but for myself," he shared with a close friend. The saga took another dramatic turn when Jasmine Bleu announced she was stepping back from the spotlight, but not before releasing one final statement: "I never wanted to destroy a family, but KIRK made choices that affected all of us. I wish Rasheeda peace." This gesture surprised many and softened some views toward her, while Rasheeda responded with a simple public message of healing for everyone involved. The family tried navigating new routines with shared parenting schedules that tested everyone's patience, especially when KIRK missed an early visit due to poor planning, causing another argument. "Rasheeda, you cannot keep disappointing them." She texted him angrily and he replied with promises to do better. The business recovery efforts led by Rasheeda started showing positive signs with new partnerships forming around her solo brand, which excited investors and fans alike, proving her power beyond the marriage. Meanwhile, KIRK faced scrutiny from his own circle, with some friends distancing themselves. After the full extent of the scandals emerged, I lost respect for how he handled it. One former buddy admitted publicly the children found comfort in school activities and therapy sessions where they expressed hopes for peace. "Mom, we just want everyone to be okay without fighting," they told Rasheeda, who hugged them, tightly promising to shield them as much as possible. The public fascination showed no signs of fading, with podcasts dissecting every detail and experts analyzing the psychological aspects of their story. One therapist featured on a show said repeated forgiveness can enable cycles like this, which sparked debates across social media. Rasheeda channeled her energy into creating content that empowered others, sharing tips on self-love and boundary setting, which resonated deeply and grew her following exponentially. KIRK watched her success with a mix of pride and regret. She always had that fire, he told a confidant. "I just couldn't match it." The drama hit a crescendo when a surprise lawsuit from a past associate KIRK emerged, accusing him of misusing funds tied to the affairs. This legal threat forced both parties back to the negotiation table, where emotions flared once more. "You have dragged us through enough," Rasheeda said during the heated session, and KIRK nodded solemnly. "I know, and I'm sorry for every part of it." Mediation sessions became weekly affairs, with small progress made on asset division, but major disagreements on custody details keeping the tension alive. Fans followed every update like a real-time soap opera, speculating on possible outcomes and flooding comment sections with advice. In fact, the Frost family name became synonymous with resilience and scandal all at once as Rasheeda emerged as a symbol of female empowerment in the face of adversity, while KIRK worked on redemption arcs that many remained skeptical about. Holiday plans were finalized with separate celebrations causing heartache but necessary boundaries for healing. "You deserve joy without chaos," her sister reminded Rasheeda during gift-wrapping night, and she agreed with a hopeful smile. The new year brought fresh starts, with Rasheeda launching a podcast about her journey that topped charts instantly, and KIRK entering a formal rehabilitation program for personal growth. "I need to fix myself before I can fix us," he stated in a rare interview. The family bond slowly mended through consistent effort and honest conversations, though trust remained fragile at best. One child even facilitated a calm family game night that ended without arguments, giving everyone cautious optimism. Yet beneath the surface, more secrets lingered as sources hinted at additional women from the past who might come forward, adding suspense to the ongoing narrative. The world continued watching this real-life drama unfold with bated breath as Rasheeda stood taller than ever, and KIRK fought to prove his change was real. The emotional stakes, the financial battles, and the public scrutiny all combined to create a saga unlike any other in reality television history, where love, betrayal, and redemption danced in a delicate balance that kept audiences hooked for months on end. And through every tear, every confrontation, and every small victory, the Frost family showed the raw, unfiltered truth of what happens when fame, ambition, and human flaws collide in the most spectacular way possible. The world continued watching this real-life drama unfold with bated breath as Rasheeda stood taller than ever, and KIRK fought to prove his change was real. The emotional stakes, the financial battles, and the public scrutiny all combined to create a saga unlike any other in reality television history, where love, betrayal, and redemption danced in a delicate balance that kept audiences hooked for months on end. And through every tear, every confrontation, and every small victory, the Frost family showed the raw, unfiltered truth of what happens when fame, ambition, and human flaws collide in the most spectacular way possible. Yet just as things seemed to settle into a fragile new normal, another devastating twist exploded onto the scene when one of KIRK, Frost's former business partners, came forward with audio evidence of KIRK admitting to multiple overlapping affairs during the height of their marriage success. "I was juggling too much," he could be heard saying in the recording, but Rasheeda never needed to know the details. This leak hit Rasheeda while she was filming content for her new podcast, and she had to stop mid-sentence, her face crumbling as the news reached her phone. Sources say she stepped away from the set, tears flowing freely. "How deep does this go, KIRK?" she later screamed in a private call to her lawyer. "I thought we had exposed everything, but it keeps getting worse." The family plunged back into turmoil as the children, who had started warming up to limited visits with their father, now pulled away again in confusion and hurt. "Mom, is he ever going to stop lying?" one daughter asked during a bedtime talk, leaving Rasheeda heartbroken and struggling to find the right words. Fans reacted with renewed fury, flooding social media with demands for KIRK to disappear from public life, while others praised Rasheeda for her unbreakable spirit and continued rise despite the chaos. Emotions ran hotter than ever when Rasheeda decided to address the latest scandal in a powerful live video. "I have cried enough tears for this man," she told her millions of followers, now it's time for me to focus on truth, and healing her words resonated deeply, inspiring countless women to share their own stories of betrayal and strength. KIRK, meanwhile, issued yet another statement through his representatives, expressing profound regret and committing to full disclosure. This time, but skepticism was high, as many called it another empty promise to save face. Jasmine Bleu, who had been quiet for weeks, resurfaced with her own response, claiming she suspected there were more women but stayed silent out of fear. I was scared of what he might do if I told everything, she said. In a tearful post that added layers of complexity to the narrative, the Frost family division reached new extremes, with KIRK Frost's relatives pressuring Rasheeda to keep the peace for the sake of their legacy, while her own family encouraged her to cut ties completely and move on with dignity. "You have given more than enough chances," her brother told her during a family dinner, "and now it's okay to choose yourself." The business landscape shifted dramatically as Rasheeda's solo brand soared to new heights, with sold-out launches and celebrity endorsements pouring in, proving she was the true powerhouse behind their empire. "I built this with love and resilience," she shared in an interview, "and no man's mistakes will dim my light." KIRK, on the other hand, faced mounting isolation as former friends distanced themselves and business opportunities dried up. "I never thought it would come to this," he confided to a remaining ally. "One night over drinks, I lost the best thing in my life because I couldn't control my impulses." The children navigated the tension by throwing themselves into school and hobbies, but the emotional toll showed in quiet moments when they asked about reuniting the family. "Dad says he misses us, Mom, but we don't know what to believe anymore," they told Rasheeda, who held them close, promising protection and honesty above all else. The drama intensified when paparazzi captured KIRK attempting to approach Rasheeda at a public event, only to be turned away gently but firmly by her team. "Rasheeda, I just want 5 minutes," he pleaded, his eyes desperate, but she responded calmly through a spokesperson. "Not today, KIRK. We have legal channels for a reason." Fans dissected the moment frame by frame, debating if reconciliation was still possible, or if Rasheeda was truly done forever. More secrets spilled when a former housekeeper revealed overhearing countless arguments where KIRK blamed Rasheeda for his unhappiness. "You focus too much on work and not on me," he had allegedly shouted during one fight, which only deepened the public's understanding of his insecurities and Rasheeda's sacrifices. The family tried one more mediation round where emotions overflowed. KIRK broke down, admitting, "I was jealous of your success, baby, and instead of supporting you, I looked elsewhere for validation." Rasheeda listened with guarded eyes, replying, "I loved you through it all, but love without respect is just pain." The session ended with partial agreements on finances, but left custody and visitation as ongoing battles. The public stayed obsessed with every update, creating fan edits and theories about what might happen next in this never-ending saga. Rasheeda channeled her pain into a best-selling book deal about empowerment after betrayal, which topped charts immediately and brought her even more admiration, while KIRK entered a more intensive counseling program, hoping to salvage what little reputation he had left. "I want to be a better father and man," he said in a candid moment. Caught on camera, the twists kept coming when another woman from their past emerged, sharing texts where KIRK promised her the world too. This pattern of behavior painted KIRK as a serial offender and sparked widespread discussions about accountability in high-profile relationships. Rasheeda responded with grace, stating in a post, "My story is one of many, and I stand with all survivors." The family remained fractured during major holidays, with separate gatherings that left the children torn between parents, yet they adapted by creating new traditions that honored both sides'. Emotions fluctuated as Rasheeda experienced moments of doubt, wondering if she had fought hard enough, but her support system reminded her of her worth. "You are free now," they said, "and that freedom looks beautiful on you." KIRK made small amends by showing up consistently for the kids' events and respecting boundaries, which earned him cautious praise, but not full forgiveness from Rasheeda. The business empire split officially, with Rasheeda retaining the majority stake and rebranding successfully, while KIRK faded into quieter ventures. The entertainment world moved on to new stories, but this one lingered as a cultural touchpoint about fame, marriage, and personal growth. Insiders hinted at a potential reunion special, but Rasheeda shut it down, saying some chapters are better closed. Fans continued engaging passionately, with some hoping for a fairy tale ending and others celebrating her independence as the ultimate victory. The children grew stronger through therapy, expressing their love for both parents while acknowledging the changes needed in their dynamic. "We just want peace," one son shared publicly in a rare interview that touched hearts everywhere. The saga evolved into one of transformation, with Rasheeda becoming a leading voice for women overcoming adversity and KIRK working quietly on his redemption arc. Though trust issues persisted, the public scrutiny never fully faded, with occasional leaks keeping the story alive. Jasmine Bleu found her own path by launching a podcast on healing from toxic entanglements, which ironically gained traction. Alongside Rasheeda's work creating an unexpected parallel narrative, the Frost family name now symbolized both caution and resilience as they navigated this new reality with ups and downs that mirrored real life in all its messy glory. More confrontations arose during a contentious asset meeting where old wounds reopened. Rasheeda, "You hid so much from me," she accused, and KIRK replied with shame, "I know and I'll regret it forever." The air was thick with unresolved feelings, but progress came in small steps, like agreed-upon co-parenting schedules that reduced conflict. The world watched as Rasheeda attended glamorous events alone, looking radiant and empowered. While KIRK focused on self-improvement workshops, emotions ran deep during a surprise encounter at their child's school play, where they sat together awkwardly exchanging polite words for the first time in months. "You look good, Rasheeda," KIRK noted softly, and she replied, "Thank you." Focusing on what matters now, fans analyzed their body language, endlessly speculating on any spark left. The drama refused to die completely when old videos of happier times resurfaced, contrasting sharply with current pain and reminding everyone of what was lost. The family tried family counseling virtually, where breakthroughs happened amid tears. "KIRK, I see now how my actions affected everyone," he admitted. Rasheeda nodded, but held her ground. Healing takes time and space. The sessions revealed layers of communication breakdowns that had built up over years, adding depth to the public's understanding. The business recovery brought new opportunities for Rasheeda, including international expansions that celebrated her independence, while KIRK struggled with smaller projects that tested his humility. "I miss the power couple vibe," he told a friend, "but I respect her decision." The children thrived in their individual ways, excelling in sports and arts as outlets for their emotions, bringing pride to both parents despite the divide. The sensational story inspired documentaries and think pieces examining the intersection of reality TV and real relationships, keeping the Frost name relevant long after the initial explosion. More women came forward with similar experiences, creating a wave of conversations about patterns in the industry. Rasheeda supported them quietly behind the scenes, proving her character while KIRK faced the consequences of his past. The family dynamic shifted towards cautious cooperation with shared birthdays and milestones that allowed the kids stability. Emotions continued to evolve as Rasheeda found new love interests, sparking fresh rumors, and KIRK remained single. Focusing on growth, the public remained invested, cheering for Rasheeda glow up and monitoring KIRK's changes with mixed feelings. The ultimate test came during a major family crisis when one child fell ill, bringing everyone together in the hospital waiting room, where old bonds surfaced. KIRK and Rasheeda put differences aside to support their child. "Rasheeda, thank you for letting me be here," he whispered, and she replied, "We are still parents first." This moment of unity gave hope to fans and the family alike. Though it didn't erase the past, it opened doors for better communication. The drama that started with Jasmine Bleu's revelations had transformed into a complex tale of pain, growth, and survival that captivated audiences worldwide. With no clear end in sight, only ongoing chapters of human struggle and strength, the Frost family continued facing challenges head-on, showing the world that even in the spotlight, real emotions and real consequences shape every story. And through it all, Rasheeda emerged as an icon of resilience, while KIRK fought his inner demons in search of redemption, leaving everyone wondering what the future held for this once powerful couple and their enduring legacy in the world of entertainment. The Frost family continued facing challenges head-on, showing the world that even in the spotlight, real emotions and real consequences shape every story. And through it all, Rasheeda emerged as an icon of resilience, while KIRK fought his inner demons in search of redemption, leaving everyone wondering what the future held for this once powerful couple and their enduring legacy in the world of entertainment. But the final and most heart-wrenching twist arrived when Jasmine Bleu released one last secret video from months earlier, showing KIRK confessing his deepest regrets about their affair, while promising her everything. "Rasheeda, I can't leave her yet, but you are my true happiness," he had said in the clip, his face full of conflict. This video surfaced at the worst possible time during the child's school graduation, causing Rasheeda to break down backstage. At the event, "How could you say those things while pretending to be a family man?" she confronted KIRK later that evening, her voice filled with years of accumulated pain. And KIRK could only bow his head. "Rasheeda, I was confused and lost, but I see now the damage I caused. Please forgive me for the sake of what we once had." The family gathered for what felt like the ultimate showdown as relatives from both sides flew in for a private meeting. Emotions ran higher than ever before, with accusations flying across the room. "You destroyed her trust," one of Rasheeda's cousins yelled at KIRK, while his own brother defended him, saying, "Everyone makes mistakes, but KIRK, you have to own them fully." The children sat in the middle, torn between love and disappointment. "Dad, we want you in our lives, but not like this," one of them said through tears, and Rasheeda hugged them tightly, whispering, "I will always protect you no matter what." Fans went absolutely wild when snippets of the confrontation leaked online with hashtags like Rasheeda definitely free, and KIRK Frost downfall dominating timelines for days. Supporters sent her messages of strength, calling her a warrior queen who deserved the world, while critics accused her of dragging the family through public mud for sympathy. The business world reacted too, with Rasheeda's solo empire hitting record profits as women everywhere rallied behind her brand, buying out collections symbolizing independence and power. "I stand with you, queen," one viral post read from a celebrity friend that boosted sales even more. KIRK, on the other hand, retreated into deep self-reflection, attending daily therapy sessions and writing a personal journal that he later shared excerpts from in a humble interview. "I lost sight of what mattered most," he admitted on camera. "My wife, my kids, and the life we built. I am working every day to become someone worthy of their love again." Jasmine Bleu faded from the headlines after her final revelation, choosing to focus on her own healing journey and issuing a public apology to Rasheeda. "I never meant to be the reason for so much pain," she posted. "But I hope you find the peace you deserve." This gesture brought a strange sense of closure to some parts of the drama. Though wounds remained fresh, the family dynamic slowly evolved into a new chapter of co-parenting, with scheduled visits and open communication that reduced daily conflicts. "Rasheeda, you were right to push me away," KIRK told her during one peaceful handover of the kids. "I needed to feel the consequences to grow." She nodded with a small, sad smile. "Growth is good, KIRK, but trust takes years to rebuild." If ever, the children adapted beautifully, excelling in their passions and finding balance between both parents' homes. "We love you both," they told their mom and dad separately, bringing moments of genuine warmth amid the lingering tension. Fans continued to follow every development like dedicated viewers of a long-running reality series, creating fan theories about possible reconciliation or a permanent split. Some hoped for a romantic comeback, while others cheered Rasheeda on as she dated casually and focused on self-care. "You glow different now," her best friend told her during a spa day, and Rasheeda laughed for the first time in months, replying, "Freedom looks good on me, doesn't it?"